But sunglasses or not?
I would say no.
But then they can't see that I'm live. G'day, mates. Put another prawn on the Barbie, would ya? Well, I would say shrimp, but that uglies up Australians because they don't have shrimp over there. They have prawns, you know, and put those on a nice big one. Now, I would say lobster, but I've quit eating lobster because when I found out they lived to be 150 years old, you know, not eating something smarter than me, I'm figuring something's 150, it's got to be pretty good. They say they'll live forever in the right conditions. Anyways, I never thought I was going to be a critic or anything, but I was watching this movie the other day, and Manhunt Deadly Games. And I'm telling you, whoever cast that show did a brilliant job, because every one of those people, from, you know, the jewel guy to, you know, the lawyer to the mom to the FBI guys, they were all great. Well, anyways, I was watching this Manhunt thing, and one of the things they had against Richard Jewell was they said that Richard Jewell was arrested for impersonating an officer. But one of the things it did to me was it brought back my PTSD. Now, I ought to sue the phone company for that because, you know, it threw me back to a time when I was working for Northwestern Bell, AT&T. We were Northwestern Bell back then. And we were splitting up into the regions because the government came in and said, oh, we got to split you up. You're too big. Probably what they're going to do with Amazon, we can only hope, right? When all this was going on, my phone bill was $5.49 a month. That was included the tax and the feds and all that other kind of stuff. So I had to spend 2 months in Denver, and I got really tired of you know, just sitting there going back to the hotel. And it gets boring watching television, as I'm sure everybody that's been sitting at home watching COVID probably understands. And I was on a team that was supposed to go and, you know, split up the billing system and take it from AT&T and over into our own house at Northwestern Bell. Well, you know, that takes a while, so it was about 2 months. Coming back on the weekend, maybe once or twice. Well, now you must understand that this was back in the days when I was pumping iron and I was going for a bench press of 330, but it was too much for me. I mean, I'm just a little guy. I was 20 pounds heavier, but, you know, fat makes you strong, so I was really strong. But anyways, I kind of blew out a disc, ruptured it, or herniated disc or whatever, and I was in total pain while I was there in Denver. I mean, I lay down on the bed and get up in the middle of the night and just sit there and pound my head and go, put my feet up on the bed and going, man, this is terrible. So I'd wait till the pool would open up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd be the first one down there. I'd go in the hot tub and I'd lay down and I'd just let there and float. Now, I was fat then. I felt so good to take the pressure off of it. Well, what happens when you do that, the blood starts flowing and the vessels start getting bigger and bigger. So even though it feels good for the moment, what happens is they expand and now they put more pressure on it. So what I got, one of those little, you know, ice cube bag things, and I put it instead on my head after like you had a hangover or something like that. I just took it, put it down in my pants like that, and I'd fill it up with ice throughout the day to take the pain away. It sounds glamorous to be living in a motel and doing whatever you want, but it gets kind of lonely and you have nothing to do. And I caught what do they call it, one of those evening features or early bird special down at the Volti Center, I think it was, something like that, middle of downtown Denver. Well, this theater, and I'm not mistaken, this is the same one that kid shot up all those people, which was a tragedy. But anyways, I'm down there and I'm watching something and get all done, and now it was downhill going down there, but I had to walk back up. And my back's just killing me, and I'm hoofing up this hill, and it's a 4-lane road right in the middle of downtown Denver. And so as I'm kind of, you know, waddling, making my way back up, you know, skimping along, I look over and I see these, you got to understand, Denver, it just deserts after all the people are gone at, you know, in the evening. Maybe people go out for a drink, but after that it's vacant. Well, there was two gangs. There was a gang of boys down here on the corner, and then there was another gang of girls. There was about 12 in each bunch, or more than that. I don't know what it was. Well, I look up the street and I see this Beamer coming down. I think it was a Beamer. I don't know cars. All mine are 20 years old. So anyways, I see this nice car and these two young ladies get out, and they start walking towards this gang of girls. And I'm going, you know, I've watched enough television to know a drug deal when you see one going down, or at least I was thinking. So I'm just kind of watching out of the corner of my eye, and they go up to the leader of the girl gang, and they're talking, and then all of a sudden she hits her just like, oh, wow, bang. There's a fight going on. This one grabs her, throws her down on the ground, but I couldn't see her because there was underground parking and there was a cement thing that where the cars go down, and so all I could see was this girl going like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'm saying, man, you know, nobody deserves to be kicked when they're down. I don't care if they're male, female, if it's physical or mental or whatever. You know, come on, give them a break. Well, I look over and I'm going, yeah, this ain't right. So I reach into my pocket. This was having days when I had pockets. I had to wear pants back then, suit, tie, all that happy crap because you're a man even. But anyways, I hold up my little ID high in the sky and I said, hey, is there a problem over there? And I got these two gangs, both of them, they just stop and it just gets silent. And they all look at me like this while I'm holding my little ID up. And I'm going, I might have bit off more than I can chew, and I'll take a few with me. I look over there and they're just all kind of frozen. And I thought, well, I pulled the trigger, I better keep on going with this show. So I come off the sidewalk and I start walking towards them. Well, as I walked across the street in this deadly silence, all of a sudden we got two gangs. They're just scattered, they're just running. This one little girl helps the other one that was being kicked. They get up and they kind of skimper off to their Beamer. She's limping this, they're going back to the car. They get in, nobody said a word to me or anything like that. They all pretended like I wasn't there, and they went on their way. So depending on what you're at, I could have got caught for impersonating a police officer. And so I kind of related to that Richard Jewell guy. This Richard Jewell got arrested for impersonating a police officer. They never said why, but I can imagine that there was probably a moment or two where he saw something like that, and when you pull the trigger, you know, hey, and he just got caught, and I didn't. But anyways, that's what happened when I was in Denver a long time ago. Have a good day. And if you make the vow not to eat anything smarter than you, you shouldn't be eating lobster. That's all I got to say about that. No, start over.